Well, the second trip to this place was even better. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, all I can say is, wow, this was an awesome hunt. And I was back at that tiny little permission in the middle of downtown. Now, if you didn't see last week's episode, this is a very small grassy area that's between an old church that was built in the 1920s and an old building that was built in the 1960s, and it was formerly a department store. Unfortunately, only half of that small grassy area is original dirt, and that's the half next to the old church. Even though it was a tiny area, it was full of great finds. Well, I couldn't wait to get back there, and this time I wanted to search the very small grassy area that's between the church and the main street out front. Now, I had to get up really early to get there at sunrise to try to beat the busy downtown traffic. It sits at a major intersection, and I'm definitely the focus of attention to everyone waiting on the light to change there. So I was just hoping to find a few good things, even though this area is actually smaller than the side yard. But as soon as I started swinging my Minelab Equinox, the hunt started off with a bang, and then another bang, and another, and another. And, well, I think you get the picture. This was a very fun morning of metal detecting. Well, I'm out here bright and early, right after sunrise, and I'm hunting this, I've got some decent area in front of this church, and I got here really early because I wanted to beat the traffic. It's right at a major intersection, so right away, there's tons of signals here to begin with, and I got one right away. Give me a 23-24. Got a weedy right off the bat, only 2 inches down. This one's going to be a 44 from the Philadelphia Mint. So, great sign, and I'm hoping for good things here too. Well, I've done a couple rows and found clad and memorials. Just like a memorial right here. Got a 23 signal over here, and I got a weedy. But this is the oldest coin I've gotten here so far. It's going to be a 1919 Philadelphia Mint. So very cool, and as usual, they come out pretty darn nice at this site. Yeah, I'm just working this front section, and got a 17-18. Thought it was pretty sure it was going to be a pull tab, but it isn't. Check that out. Not quite sure what that is. It's got little tabs on this side, but that is very cool. I'll get it cleaned up, get you a better look at it, but yeah, kind of interesting piece there. Well, this is what I was hoping to find. Got a sort of mixed signal up here, but it turned into high tone as I went down. And give me like a 28, and I'll let this car go by. And I dug down about 5 inches, and look what slid out. Silver dime. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna grab it. We'll see what it is together. Boy, it feels super thin and light. Huh. Not sure what that is. Maybe it's not a silver dime. Yeah, it has to be. Silver something. Oh my gosh, look. Holy cow. Canadian silver. Unbelievable. I knew it felt different. Much thinner and lighter. Oh, this is going to be an old one too. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I have only found one other one Wow, 10-cent Canadian silver dime. I can't see the date right now. Hopefully, I'm sure you guys can. Wow, 19 something. I'll tell you what, let me get a better look at it and I'll be right back. But wow, what a great find. I'll tell you what, I am completely stoked with this one. It's 1919, just like the Wheatie I just found earlier. How awesome is that? I've said it before, you Canadian metal detectors up there are lucky. You get some really beautiful coins to dig up. That is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You gotta love a find that you're just absolutely not expecting. When it pops up, you're thinking, I hope it's a Merc. Well, this beats the heck out of that because it's just something we don't come by very often. Well, you're not going to believe this. I just got that 1919 Canadian dime. And I told you it's kind of a mixed signal. They got higher as I went down. And I went back up and it gave me a 13. So I dug down and then I realized it was in the plug. And check this out. I just moved it just a little bit. I thought it was going to be a modern Jefferson because it's only, what, an inch down? But check this out. A buffalo. Can you believe it? Most likely lost with that Canadian dime, but maybe not. The dime was deeper. This could have been a later drop, but how awesome is that? I'll tell you what, let me get this one cleaned up a little bit. I think I'll get a date off of it. I guess an early bird does get the worm. Or worms. Well, hopefully you can make it out. It's a little hard to see, but it's a 1929. And it's a beauty. Wow. Very, very happy. Definitely worth getting up early for. Still working this small area in front of the church and got a 23 signal dug down about 5 inches and I just pulled it out. It appears to be aluminum of some kind, but kind of neat, a little heart-shaped keyhole cover. So neat, and I just thought I'd share that one with you. Pretty cool. Well, this one was giving me a nice 26 high tone. Actually went down about 9 inches and I just popped it. And it's definitely a very old piece. And I'm thinking, I don't know, well, I thought it was a keyhole cover maybe. But it's got this little notch on the other side too. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I'll get it cleaned up. It's a pretty cool piece. Well, I just dug this up. I thought it was just a piece of garbage, but I don't know. It's obviously it's not complete or whole, but it's definitely old. I thought maybe it was I think it's part to an elongated penny. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up and check it out later. Maybe I can make out some wording on it. So pretty cool piece. I wish I'd gotten the complete one because I definitely love. Got a truck going by. I definitely love finding these elongated cents. The 1939 New Year's World's Fair was an incredible event, and one exhibit there just blew people away. It was an exhibit called Futurama. Sponsored by General Motors, it was a glimpse into the future 20 years later. a time when the nation would be connected by superhighways and planned streets. It was so popular that people waited in extremely long lines just to get a chance to see it. Well, this exhibit actually consisted of a massive scale model of the country, and it included incredibly detailed cities, towns, and even snow-capped mountains. And this was all laid out on over an acre of land. Huge teams of artists and workers worked tirelessly, constructing 500,000 individual buildings, 1 million trees, and 50,000 scale model cars. And this was all done with incredible attention to detail. This exhibit showed the future of America 20 years later in 1960, a time when the entire nation would be connected by superhighways and would allow for the birth and emergence of suburbs where people could live outside crowded cities. Now, once inside, people took their seats and traveled along a 1/3 mile long conveyor system. And as they went along, they looked through glass windows from above, down at the wondrous display below. At the end of the incredible ride through the exhibit, people exited, and on their way out, everyone picked up a small pinback button that simply read, "I have seen the future." And you really have to wonder just how many of them knew that they really had. So I worked my way from the sidewalk up along this edge here. Got up here, got a nice high tone. Wasn't a great high tone, 24, right around there. But beautiful, easy digging. But check out what popped out. Silver dime. Heck yeah. Oh, I think it's a Merc. Let's see. Yeah, boy. Sorry about that. Truck behind me. Wow. Two loud trucks behind me. Check that out. I'll tell you what, that thing was dropped when it was virtually brand new. Look at that. That is awesome. Let's see. Oh, it's a gritty sand kind of soil. Let me get you in on it. It looks like, well, I'm having trouble seeing it from here, 40 something. You can probably see it plain as day. But is that not awesome? So nice. I can't wait to get that one cleaned up later. That's going to have some nice detail on it, but very happy with that. Well, I have to say, my Equinox 800 and that Cooltech 10x5 coil are definitely having a good time today. Just working this small area in the front of the church, and I mean, it's a small area. But sometimes the small areas are the best areas because things are more concentrated. People don't have as much room to roam and lose things, and people congregated on quite a bit after church. So I was getting a 25 signal here. Dug down about 4, maybe 5 inches, tossed it up on the drop cloth, and I saw it right away. Look at that beautiful silver ring of a silver dime. Oh, heck yeah. I don't know yet. Let's see. Wow, another mercury dime. It looks like this one's going to be a 44. The last one was 45. Absolutely gorgeous. Get a little rub. Looks like Philadelphia mint. Isn't that awesome? Oh yeah, I will definitely take that. Well, I was getting a 30 right here, and it was about 8 inches down. I popped it out and I saw it. It looks like I have a pocket knife. Look at the size of that one. That's awesome. Looks like the covers are gone, unfortunately, but very cool, and definitely has quite a bit of age to it. Nice little find right here. It's giving me a nice 22 high tone, and unfortunately it got nicked by a lawnmower sometime in the past, but it's a pretty cool early weedy. It's a 1925 with a Denver mint mark. That's a shame it got hit, because that's a nice looking penny, and a Dayton mint mark that I don't usually find very often. Well, I was getting a 13-14 signal here, dug down, and it looks like the remains of a pocket knife. Never quite found one that looked like that, but pretty cool. Definitely a little one to stick in your pocket. Well, next thing I was getting was a decent little high tone, about 25 to 26. I guess it was about 4 inches down, and I got another weedy. And this one's going to be a 1942, the Philadelphia mint mark. I will definitely take that. Nice, another old coin. Well, I dug this quick little hole. It's giving me a 27, popped it out of the side. Not a pretty cool old, looks like brass. I don't know, some kind of metal button. Well, so on. So just had to show you that. Well, this one was kind of interesting because it was giving me a nice high tone before I dug it, but it was intermittent, you know, so I said, well, I'm going to go for it. It's giving me about a 24, and once I dug it, the signal disappeared. So I figured I must have turned it on edge or something, and I kept digging down, and finally I was able to find it. And it's also a nice old weedy, and this one's going to be a 44 Philadelphia. Another clean weedy from here, but yeah, that was a really nice pickup, and that Quotech quill did a real nice job finding that one. Well, this one was giving me pretty sporadic high tone, anything from 19 and then up to about 25. But I pulled some junk out of the hole, and the high tone kind of cleared up. I thought I had a coin, but not sure exactly what this is. Let me bring in on this. It's pretty unusual. Some kind of a hinge or something on the backside. Not sure what that is, but it's definitely old. Well, I covered every square inch of that front area of the church, but before I left, I wanted to go back to the side yard and try a very small area that had produced some really great finds the previous time I was there. And I was going to go over it row by row again, but this time from a different direction. And that turned out to be a very good decision. Well, another nice find here. Was getting a nice, it was hard to get. But once I isolated it and I slowed down, just wiggled and isolated the signal, it was giving me a 23-24. And I dug down about 8 inches, and I was going through the dirt on the drop cloth, and I got a nice old weedy. But this is another beautiful weedy. Look at there. 1923 with Philadelphia mint. And that dates right around when this old church was built. So very cool coin, and happy to have it. You know, I will say this coil in particular, and most small coils, but this one in particular, the key to success, having really good success with this, is really slowing your swing speed down. If you're just going at a normal pace, you'll miss stuff, because I went ahead and did that, and I purposely redid the row, and this time I went really, really slow. And this is like the second weedy that I got. Yeah, it just gave me a little bit, but once I slowed down, it really isolated the signal, and I mean very slow. But I dug down about 8 inches, and it was not the best signal in the world, but it came through clear enough to make me want to dig it. And I got a 1926 Philadelphia Mint Wheatie, and once again, look how beautiful they come out with this old soil. And this soil is mainly river silt. We're about half a mile from the river, but this area flooded a lot all the way up until the 70s, so it's awesome soil for the pennies. Oh, I tell you what, I may have something absolutely incredible in the hole here. You know, just digging it all, and I was getting a really faint 17 signal. I dug down, pulled out a big nail. I'm like, well, but I checked the hole again, and I'm just getting the faintest 14 to 17. I'm telling you, like 11 inches down. I scooped out the last scoop of dirt out of here, and something fell over to the side here. You see that right there? I'm really thinking I might have a gold ring. Holy cow, it's been about a year since I got one. Look at this. Oh, it's gotta be. Oh, I think it's an old class ring. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's really old. Actually, I don't know if it's a class ring. Oh my gosh, is this ring old? I mean, it was down there. Oh boy, look at that. I mean, it's got that old gold look. You know, I don't think it is a class ring. Whatever it is, it's awesome. Wow, is that beautiful. Ooh, baby. Oh man, it is just shining on the inside. A little bit bent right there. Is that not incredible? Gosh, I hope I didn't have it too close to the camera for you guys. I'm getting kind of, my hand's starting to shake. Oh, what an awesome ring. Yeah, that's like early 1900s, 1920s. I mean, man, it was deep too. Really, really deep. Yeah. Ooh, that Quiltech coil did good on that one. Just awesome. Oh, well, let me get it cleaned up a little more. I'll look to see if it's stamped inside. But it's nice and heavy. It's no doubt gold. Whew, I'll take that. Well, I'll tell you what, it is a class ring. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's dated 1958. It's almost worn off. But there's a 1 and a 9 and a 5 and an 8 down here. And then there's no name of the school or anything. But on the inside, it's marked Jostin 10 carat, and then it has cursive initials on the inside, P-E-D. So I'm going to try in the coming weeks to see if I can find yearbooks from 1958 for the schools in the area. See if I can find a girl with those initials. This is, I would definitely say this is a woman's ring. But isn't that awesome? Ah, man. Yep. Just really cool. 75 years old. That is awesome, awesome. I tell you, that's why I always say, keep swinging, don't give up. And because your next awesome find is always just one hole away. I mean, I was just talking to someone about that the other week, and I said, you just have to keep going. Oh, that is so cool. Well, old silver and even old gold made for an incredible day of metal detecting. And here's another look at all the things I was able to find in this episode. Well, I hope you really enjoyed watching this episode. And if you did, please leave a quick thumbs up and maybe even a little comment. It really helps the channel out quite a bit. And don't go anywhere just yet, because I have even more amazing history in color to share with you in just a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.